The DeLongest Whip by Terry Jacka. What can I say about it? Since I received this, I have had a lot of questions about how the whip, how it handles, what I think about it, what I like about it, so on and so forth. The biggest thing I can say is that it is a completely different whip from what a lot of people are used to. It was my good friend John Leonetti who said, just go ahead and buy one because you'll never get anything that's near remotely like it, and I have to agree. This whip is different. For those of you thinking about purchasing one, for those of you that have one, you know what I'm talking about. This whip is made differently, especially in Terry's later whips with the progressive flexibility. But for those of you used to the American style bullwhip, it's going to be kind of a mind game for a little bit. Your hand is going to get worn out, and it's not because of the weight. I hear people complain about, oh, my Terry Jacka bullwhip is so heavy when I first got it. No, it's not heavy. It's balanced differently. All right? Terry uses no lead in his butt. He has a fiberglass core, meaning there's no weight in the handle. You're not pulling weight in the handle. And that is the primary difference that I can see between my Indiana Jones style whip and this whip. Also, the targeting is a little bit different. And I'll explain that in just a moment. But let's talk about the balance briefly. The balance point for this whip is directly in front of the top knot, which is right about there. And the entire whip will balance just like that. What's different is that it carries its weight higher off the hand than a Morgan style. If my hand is here, I have, 12, 10 inches before I find the balance point, and then it goes down. So this isn't necessarily counterbalance. This is simply a lever. This is a lever action whip. And that's different than what I'm going to, in this video, call a weight action whip. I hope that they catch that. But a lever action whip requires a different action than a weight action whip. And I'll explain that really briefly. All right. Let's see if I can get in the crack first. Oh, wait. There we go. All right. This whip is, as Anthony puts it, a 7-foot finger. I have to point my finger, and the whip will go wherever I point my finger to. Whether you're pointing your finger or using the V, it really doesn't matter. But the thing is that it's not coming off of the end of the whip. It's coming off of the handle. As a matter of fact, what I aim with this whip is my top knot. I don't think about where my handle goes. If my top knot goes there, the whip goes there. It's beautiful. That's different. I am used to aiming off of the butt end of my bullwhip because there's weight in the butt end of the Maxwell Special, my Trilogy style, my nylon whips. There's weight up through here. In this, there's no weight. So when I first got this, I was trying to throw a dart and then wondering why it was ending up there or somewhere else. And I was getting really, really frustrated and other things. But then I started actually looking at the action of the whip and looking at the technique. I aim with that top knot. I put that top knot, because remember, I'm using a lever here. I have to point my lever. And if I point the lever, the whip follows. I aim that top knot exactly where I want it. This whip will do it every single time. It's taken a little bit of modification of my technique because I grew up on the American style bullwhip, a weight action whip. I really hope that doesn't catch up. Trilogy style bullwhip, Louis Fox, 8 feet long. What I'm holding is a steel spike in the center and a lead-loaded handle. This handle is, comparison to this, absolutely massive, even though it's only 8 inches long. When I'm using this bullwhip, I'm not aiming off the top knot, I'm aiming off of the butt. I throw a dart at the camera, and the whip follows where I want it to go. I throw the weight, and, well, when it doesn't pull over, I throw the weight, and the whip follows. So, I've gotten used to this. Oh, I take this weight, and I thrust it forward, and then the whip will follow wherever I put it. That is a completely different action than my jacket whip. My jacket whip, like I said, I'm aiming off the top knot, and I'm using that lever. With this bullwhip, I aim the butt, and the whip follows. This is also a little bit more pointy. In this whip, I can really rely on my follow-through to do a lot of the work for me. I can come slashing through a target like that. I can still stab with it, but I can still come slashing through a target and it does a beautiful job. That's because the weight starts here and it flows to the end of the whip. It's an amazing and amazing feeling. Have you ever seen? I've got a video of me using old Flexi in David Morgan's shop. Amazing. The weight starts here, the weight ends here. In this whip, the weight starts here and it ends here. So if I try to use the weight off of here, it simply doesn't work. Why does my hand get tired? Because I'm supporting all of this weight on the whip. But aim with a top knot, use the rolling loop, and this whip will handle like nothing else on the planet. It's extremely accurate. I love this whip to death. But I'm still breaking it in. I'm still trying to get used to it. So, thinking about buying a Terry Jacka whip of any style, be prepared for this transition phase. It's not going to be like picking up, you know, any of the other bull whips because they're made differently. Terry makes them differently. So I don't know. This is a little bit rambling, but I really hope that I've done something for you on understanding how this whip and this whip are different, because they are very different, but they're both awesome. So, my name is James Maxwell. In the meantime, practice. Stay safe.